in terms of macro cues to watch out for. But let's move on then. GTPL Hathway posted what was a weak set of numbers. The margins for the digital cable TV service provider contracted by around 400 basis points, although they witnessed a rise in revenue from operations. Piyush Pankaj, who's the business head and the Chief Strategy Officer at GTPL, joins us now to discuss this. Mr. Piyush, hi, thank you for joining in and welcome to the show. If you could just start by talking about this 400 basis points margin contraction that you've seen, what led to it?
See, we are entering into the new market and we have changed our strategy and going for the consolidation of the market. If I talk about cable market, it's like 45 million subscribers are still with the smaller MSOs, where the quality of services is the issue. And those subscribers are getting churned out from the industry to either to DTH or OTT or free dish and everyone. As a bigger player, we have to consolidate those markets, and we have changed our strategy to go for the aggressive consolidation and go for the acquisitions. In acquisitions, always it happens that the cost comes in the beginning. As you are entering into new market, you have to do all the establishments and everything, and the revenue follows. So this contraction is one of the blip in this quarter as we have changed our strategy. The revenue will follow, and again, you will see that the margin is going to be at the same level which we maintained from last 5 years. And we are hopeful that that will happen. Already we are seeing the pipeline of revenues which has to come from this new market and this new acquisitions. So we are hopeful that this is a blip for 1 quarter and it will get recovered from the next quarter onwards. And FY24 is going to be very promising for GTPL Hathway. So we are still making cash flow positive. We are still making increase in the subscriber numbers and everything. You can say the basics of the business is still intact, and we are hoping that we will recover this blip.
So let's talk about a few numbers, Piyush. You said that you are hoping that FY24 would be a good one for you, and things are looking on the mend. Your margins this time around were 16.5%. In the past, you've gone as high as even 27% on the margins. I just wanted to understand what would a normalized margin, picture look like for you? What kind of growth are you anticipating in FY24? And at the same time, your revenue mix, how will that change in FY24 when it comes to digital versus broadband? Because from the start of this year to now, the contribution in terms of profit coming in from broadband has increased quite a lot. So 3 numbers from you: growth expected in FY24, margins, and contribution.
So in the CATV business, we are looking forward for around double-digit growth, somewhere around between 12 to 15% straightway. And those is going to be contributed straightway into the EBITDA, as we have already put our monies in the establishment's cost and everyone. So that is in the CATV business. Talk about the broadband business. Yes, the growth rate in broadband is higher and it will remain higher. It's a sunrise business, as we keep it as that it's just the start of the whole industry. Only 25 to 30 million subscriber base is there in the wired broadband, and still a lot of you can say it has to grow in quicker manner. And that's why we are keeping that we are going to have between 20 to 25% growth in the broadband business. And our margins, if we talk about, we are again going to get around 20% margin, which is the consistent margin if you see from the last 5 years from there, that we have gone up to 27% because that was, you can say, those quarters were very good. And again, we have come to the normalized period. So 20% margin is what we are looking forward to, which we maintained from last 5 to 6 years. So that is the case, yes. Both the CATV and broadband, we are looking forward that the growth will be there. And the consolidation in the market is happening, which is going to help the bigger player.
Okay. Can you give more details with regards to the broadband business, which you indicated is a sunrise sector for you? In terms of the average revenue per user, that's currently at around 455 odd rupees. There's been a marginal move up if you compare it to the previous quarter. Where do you think you can probably push it to? as well as maybe subscriber addition on a quarterly basis?
Yeah, so if I talk about my subscriber additions, gross subscriber base, we are keeping it around 70 to 80K per quarter. Some quarters shows higher churn, some quarters shows lower churn, based on the when the examinations are there, based on the quarter basis that that period comes. But we are keeping that we are going to increase every year around 200K to between 250K, the net subscriber base, which will go up, and that's going to contribute in the revenue side. ARPU side, we are keeping that ARPU is going to increase slowly, 2% to 3%. That's the target we are taking in the ARPU, as we are going into the volume game rather than the value game right now. And you have to increase your service qualities. You have to layer your services as we go forward. And through the layering of the services, you will get more and more revenue. Like you start the security services, financial services, start integrating the entertainment, broadband, and OTT together, all those things together. So whatever customer wants, he's getting on that way. That's the convergence side, which we are doing it, and increase the ARPU, or you can say increase the margins through the layer of the services, where you will get more money for providing more services on that case.
Right. And finally, before we let you go, you have given us a sense of what business is likely to grow at, the rate at which subscribers will grow, the ARPUs, etc., and the fact that there is consolidation between MSOs and smaller players. What has happened over the last couple of years, the biggest significant change was the change in ownership. How have things changed with Jio as a promoter? I mean, have you seen any upselling, any synergies? What kind of growth can you expect, primarily because of the change in promoter? I mean, how have things changed for you?
It's a very positive for us, you can say, because Jio being our promoter and partner, all the knowledge transfer, the vendor negotiations, wherever you need the help in the industry, you are getting that. And so all type of help we are getting into that, and positive, very positive impact on our business. They are giving us the freedom to do our strategy, go on our strategy, make the money. And wherever we require the help, they are providing us. They are providing us the guidance also.
The reason why I ask you this is there a possibility, Mr. Piyush, is there a possibility of collaboration, a merger of all the companies?
See, it depends on the strategy as we go forward. If we collaborate, it's going to be 20 to 22 million subscriber base straight away. Yes, we are getting those benefits as we are doing the negotiations as the together, all the companies under the umbrella. All those synergies we are creating. But yes, the structural changes and all, that is going to help the whole industry. As the industry is going forward, you become a formidable player in the market on the consolidation, and you will see more and more players coming to you for the acquisition, smaller player and all. So yes, it is going to help us, and we are already started taking the steps operationally on those sides. We have to wait and see that how the future unfolds.
Okay, all right, Mr. Piyush, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's GTPL. It's been a bit of an underperformer, not only today, but in the past 6 months odd, it's lost over 15% in terms of market cap. We'll take a short break, but before we do that, here's an important piece of information for our viewers. Don't miss out on the 19 must-have stocks for 2023. Subscribe to Money Control Pro to get the full list.